Hello, my name is Kaylin Goggins. This is Artifact 12, Standard 7.2, Criterion 24, the Summative Assessment Analysis. The data. So these pictures below show the data that I analyzed in order to form a change in instruction. And I used the data from the HMH Growth Measure Assessment. So here, this is an overall of the students who scored advanced in different subcategories of math, who scored on level, who scored approaching, and then we have below level. Over here, this is a individualized scoring rubric. Obviously, you don't see the student names, but it gives you their quantile score, their current quantile interval, their proficiency indicator, and then this is the proficiency indicator for beginning of the year to middle of the year, middle of the year to end of year, and beginning to end of year. Here, this is analyzing the data. The mean score of the summative assessment is a quantile score of 273, which is considered to be on level. The median of the scores is 295. Quantile with a quantile range from 35 to 450. The data shows the majority of the students ended the year on level or above level, with 14 out of 19 students in the class performing on grade level or above. Of the 5 students that are not performing at or above grade level, I have 1 being served for ESOL services, 1 is being served for ESEP services, and 2 are receiving EIP services for math and reading, and the last one is only being served for EIP reading. The first graph, the next paragraph just tells you what the graphs up above were showing, and I already explained that. The changes to be made. So based on the data from those charts, there are 4 students who scored low in understanding numbers and number patterns. So my first goal will be to provide those students with additional support during the NBI block in the area of numbers and number patterns, and also computation. I will also check for understanding by giving the students formative assessments, since the growth measure will not be administered again until the following school year. The data also shows that there are 4 students who are approaching on grade level in the grade level band for math. These students will be grouped together for small group instruction to receive additional support in their specific areas of weakness. Small group instruction could include the review of standards, the use of games or online resources, individualized instruction during NBI time. Artifact 12, Standard 7.3, Criterion 25, and we are still discussing the summative assessment analysis. So reflecting on the data, reporting results to students and other stakeholders. Parents will be informed of the results of the assessment. Parents will see individual score reports with a breakdown of student understanding within each domain. So if you look back at the data where it told you the beginning of the year to middle of the year, middle of the year to end of year, and then beginning to end, parents receive those same score reports, and they get to see their areas of weakness on the report as well. Students will also be able to look at their report to see how they have grown and the areas in which they still need assistance in, and then we can make goals based on those areas of weakness. So continuing to reflect on the summative assessment analysis, my biggest takeaway would to see how much they have grown throughout the school year. The class summary report shows their beginning of the year school scores, their mid-year scores, and then end-of-year scores, and that's very helpful for both myself and my students. The best way to encourage students to do better on their next exam is to keep practicing those skills, try to improve their mathematical abilities, even into the next grade level. Students will take the growth measure math again in the 24-25 school year, and this will help teachers and students know their current areas of weakness and how to grow in those specific areas. The end of year summative assessment can help next year and help teachers for the following year and myself so that we can go ahead and group students into NBI groups before taking the beginning of the year assessment. It is a great idea to remind students of their end of year scores so that they can set a goal for their beginning of the year scores and even long term their end of year assessment for the end of the 24-25 school year. And that's it. Thank you.